Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and Keith and I are continuing our Oathsworn series. You might be wondering, well, where's Devin?
I killed him.
We killed him. He's dead.
Yeah.
He is forever gone.
Yeah, he's never going to be back until next time.
No,
not like the next video, but you know.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's a slave to his shitty job for the time being, so he's out of commission. But like the last two chapters, I think I'm just gonna keep swapping you guys out.
Yeah.
I actually really don't
It seems like every time I can come, he can't, and every time he can come, I can't.
Exactly. So that's just gonna how it's gonna be. I might be the only one that's able to do a monster ranking, but that's okay. That is a-okay. But we're in chapter 11. We're in the story for it, and from looking at this chapter selection, it looks like there's a chapter 11 and a chapter 11.5.
Oh, sick.
Interesting. There's no overhead cam because this doesn't have a map, from what I was told. So let's just enjoy the story and us being amazing.
Yeah, honestly, if you want anything else, then you should leave now. Don't leave.
Don't leave. I need your views.
You pay my bills.
that is not true.
You're
and
right.
Thank God.
Yeah.
All right.
You stare at the tips of 24 arrowheads trained on you.
I should tell you.
Before you could enact judgment.
I'm hitting pause, so you can be caught up. We met a another one of these, what the ranger is.
Okay.
We had a group sent from the king to go into the Deepwood.
Oh.
So we basically did another deck,
yeah,
another exploration deck. Went a lot smoother because we actually kept the cards out.
Kept track, yeah.
Yeah, so we were able to actually follow it, which is probably what the first time we did it. They were like, "Yeah, you probably should do that."
Yeah.
But we were being hunted throughout the Deepwood the entire time, having to pass certain checks to not get caught in traps and things. And the fight for that one was I think he was a king, a usurped king.
Okay.
And
so that's just some dude.
Well, he was another one of those, and they these. I don't remember what they're called. But he had 3 beasts. Mm-hmm. So he had a bird and then wolves and stuff that were hunting us. And the encounter was him popping throughout the trees, and we had to find traps to figure out where he was at before he even showed up. Because his encounter deck wasn't even a traditional level 1, 2, or 3. He had traps, he had in the trees, and then he had melee.
Interesting.
So he was pretty cool. And so that's where we're at. So we're in the Deepwood, being as we're about to find out.
Yeah.
The chapter 10, we just went to kind of a town where they were doing a ritual. Mm-hmm. So the fight with that one wasn't all that great. But what came of that was we now have an ally that is, where is he? That's an actual golem.
Oh, that's cool.
And we were given a rod that controlled him.
Oh, cool.
Which I think the rod's broken.
Oh.
So, no, maybe
I can fix it.
Yeah. You just tape it together.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's you're now called up for the most part.
I brought WD-40
You stare
and
at
duct
the
tape.
tips of 24 arrowheads trained on you. Before you could enact judgment on the forgotten king, the Adendri had emerged from the trees before your eyes. Guide dashes between you and her kin, wildly releasing spores towards the Adendri.
Guide is the name of the person who was guiding us through the Deepwood.
Very creative.
Yeah.
Motioning calm to you. You wait, hands on your weapons, ready while they communicate in total silence. Finally, the rangers lower their bows. Guide knocks. Agreement. To matriarch. We go. You let out a sigh of relief and lower your weapons as well. The alternative could have easily meant your death. If your luck holds, you may find a cure for the plague in Verum here. As the group of Adendri ushers you forward in the first light of the new day, the forgotten king stands defiant. He makes no move as you are motioned towards the Witchwood.
Okay.
Led by the Adendri Rangers, you cross the no man's land between the Deepwood and the Witchwood.
I'd hang out there.
The area is strung with bodies of monstrous aberrations, riddled with arrows and giant bioform constructs torn apart. Your eyes are drawn from the carnage of the battlefield to the awe-inspiring sight of your destination, the Witchwood. Before you, a high wall of green stretches to both sides as far as you can see. On your approach, a path opens and lets you enter into what seems a different world. Turning back for a brief moment, you see Samuel standing there with a sad smile before the wall grows to close behind you.
Samuel, no.
You are surrounded by plant life in a confusing array of colors and smells so dense that it overwhelms your senses. The trees stand strong, their bark of an earthly color, unmolested by deepwood rot. They are covered in moss and full of green leaves that drip last night's rain. The air smells clean and flowery, and you take deep breaths to fill your lungs.
That smells like shit.
You feel your bodies relax involuntarily, as if remembering a time long ago when humans would find something other than death
Smells poor.
outside their settlements.
God.
You stifle
Has
the
anyone ever earned
relaxation,
money here?
knowing the dangers that lie behind the beauty here. The matriarch
No,
of the
ma'am, I don't
Adendri
have any food
is
stamps.
unknown to you, and so are the ways of this wood. You exchange glances and wonder if you could fight your way out of here if need be. It is in this very moment that you realize the asset is no longer with you. When did you last see them?
Oh, shit. All right, place the chapter 11 time track in the center. There is no map for this chapter. Place location 1 on the time track. Boom. And then we will continue.
As the rangers lead you deeper into the Witchwood, you study the immensity of the trees around you. Gazing upward, you suddenly stare into a pair of eyes looking right back at you. Barely visible through the abundance of leaves in the canopy above, you make out a number of Adendri hiding there, with bowstrings drawn tight. The hidden Adendri obviously know you have seen them, but just continue to look at you. A chill grips you, and you feel your reaction will be of grave importance. This sure looks like an ambush, but could just as well mean your rescue. You look to Guide. Her hand signal tells you, Adendri resistance. You have only a moment to decide if you want to take sides in a conflict you did not know existed until now.
Interesting. Okay, secret decision. Choose to fight alongside the ambushers or your ranger guards. This will lead you to different paths. You are not allowed to talk, but can use hand signals. Okay. So choose to fight alongside the ambushers or your ranger guards. I don't know how to, like,
It's an R. Yeah.
Oh god, what's the what's the I used to know the alphabet. Fuck. I don't remember G. Is it this? Is it this?
Oh. Okay. Word.
Is that G? I'm trying to say. Like,
This is G.
okay, yep.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Guide. I'm talking about the guide.
You're like, oh, attack the guide? No! Stab her.
I think we're in alignment.
The ranger guards?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what they are. If all side, we could have had a not unanimous one. But we chose the ranger guards.
Someone shouts,
Oh, here's a fun
"Ambush,"
thing that we can do.
and you prepare to fight. Your
That's
ranger
our health.
guards turn to you in alarm, unaware of your
Got fours
intention,
on both.
some
You did.
even raising their bows to take aim at you again. Guide, with what seems like hesitation to you, lets out her spores to translate. They react immediately. Some climb the trees with ease, others vanish into the undergrowth, while a few take up defensive positions near your group. You will not endanger your mission by helping some rogue group you know nothing about. On the contrary, this ambush presents a golden opportunity to show your captors you're on the same side and a worthy ally. Then arrows start to fly.
We were captured?
I guess so. I did forget. We did beat the king, and I think, yeah, because there was a bunch of ranger guards. We had the option to execute him, but I don't think we did.
Okay.
Yeah, the Forgotten King is what his name was. And yes. Yeah, because there's like a resistance group. The Witchwood is where we're heading into, which is apparently a place that is even worse than the Deepwood.
Cool.
So, perform a round of combat against Defense 8. Add 2 to each result as you work as a team. Defense 8. Okay. So, round of combat. Got some... so I'm gonna get a red and 2 yellows.
I get a
pretty
black and a red.
So I'll grab a red and 2 yellows for me, and I always roll for her. So defense 8 though. We do add 2. I'll add 2 whites.
Give me 1 white. And then give me 4 yellow dice.
Okay.
Now give me 2 and 2. I'll do 2 dice and 2 cards for
see.
Devin.
Okay. No whites? No whites for Devin?
Between 4 yellows?
Yeah. We are adding 2 to the results.
Yeah, exactly.
2. 3, 6, 9. 10. So I'm good over here.
Crit 5.
Nice.
6, 7, 8. And then since I crit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the plus 2.
Oh, okay.
3, 6, 9, 10. I got 12.
Alright, so I got 8, exactly.
Okay. Just like open up my Bible and just like
Okay, Devin's at 5.
intervention.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We both passed.
Okay. She did not.
Devin got 11.
Okay. She whiffed. The archer is like taken back. She's like, "Is this what I've been doing to people? Yeah. This hurts." I didn't feel good.
I don't like that.
Okay, so, all right. Well, 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Let's see what Devin's.
If all of you
Resistance
failed,
fighters are defeated,
Ooh,
but
Devin's
not
not
without
gonna make it
cost.
very far.
You see some of your captors lying motionless on the ground. You are prompted to move on by a ranger. You are surprised to witness that they just leave their own there in the dirt without showing any sign of grief. You have a lot of questions, but this is not the time or place to discuss them.
the way it
As your
goes.
group is led deeper into the Witchwood, you come to a clearing where about 50 young Adendri rangers are standing in unnaturally straight rows, totally unmoving. You are just passing them in eerie silence when the ground begins to shake. An Adendri is approaching, larger than any of his race you have ever seen before. He is at least thrice the height of a human, and heavily armored with what appears to be hard pieces of wood and bark grown over his whole body. Long strides take him to the lines of unmoving rangers, and he releases a flood of spores to all of them. In an instant, the whole clearing is brimming with life. All except your guards withdraw their roots from the ground to move quickly into something that looks like bushes to you, until it stands up. This behemoth consists entirely of living wood, looking like a massive tree with 5 thick trunks. Under the control of the Adendri, the bioconstruct moves towards the Deepwood border, transporting the rangers between its branches. You wonder if it goes to reinforce the border after the ambush, as the heavy tread of trunk-like feet follows long after the behemoth is out of sight.
Behemoth, huh?
That's kinda
Interesting. That's an interesting way to pronounce that. Take the Path B card.
Woo!
Interesting. Interesting.
When you and your ranger guards make your way through the Witchwood, the morning sun is breaking through the trees, illuminating your environment more and more. With the arrival of the light, the wood is awakening. You have the impression of movement of the trees and other plants shifting around, although you could not explain what you were observing. The air is filled with tiny Adendri spores. It seems their presence in this wood serves a purpose of some significance. After a long walk without rest, you see some massive trees up ahead, their broad trunks rising straight up, with bark the color of white marble. Coming closer, you see their thick branches are closely interwoven. On the paths thus created, crowned by elaborate formations of living wood, you see Adendri strolling from tree to tree at dizzying heights. The palatial trees are overgrown with beautiful flowers in abundance, their delicate white petals shimmering like gold in the blazing sun. On the ground there are some very large bioconstructs at work. One type with 2 muscular arms and very large hands is going about uprooting young trees. Another one reaches into the earth, loosening it up with its rapidly digging tentacle-like arms. The sound from Guide's knock tears you from the captivating sights. Matriarch, meet there, pointing to the white tree. Not now, later. Permission given. Walk free. Something in her face tells you she doubts the notion of freedom very much. You clearly sense her fear.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. We have some companions that the that the king sent with us. One was this guy named Cyprian. He was like a haggard, like old knight. He was a piece of shit. He was like the guy that as soon as you made a mistake, he's like, "Clearly, you're not fit to lead," and we beat his ass.
Okay,
like
good.
but he was also one like I think one of his he had like these subordinates, these squires. One got like infected, and we were like, "Hey, by the way, we have to kill him."
Yeah.
And he, without hesitation, just
Jesus.
gutted him. It's like and then he was, but he'd blame us.
Yeah.
He's like, it's your fault he was put in that position, but he's like this piece of shit. So yeah, if you have Cyprian with you, which we do, which is a shame.
You go to move, but the rangers stop you. They say, "Leave weapons here," Guide explains in the knock. You are not expecting this. In all human settlements, the Pact ensured the Oathsworn the right to bear arms at all times. This is not a human settlement, though, and you are badly outnumbered. You look at the rangers and the large bioconstructs nearby and decide that giving up your weapons is the only sensible option. After all, you are here to ask the Adendri for their help, so you all prepare to part with your weapons, all except Cyprian.
There you go.
"I am a knight," he declares. "To bear my father's sword is my birthright, and I will not have these mouthless tree-huggers take it away from me." You glance at the Adendri, and for once are grateful they do not understand your language. Nevertheless, they get his meaning and are closing in to get what they asked for. Cyprian's hand grasps the hilt of his sword, anger flaring in his face. If he is about to do something stupid, your whole mission could fail.
All right, so we choose one. We can try to reason with him or try to threaten him.
I want to threaten him.
Okay, yeah, I hate this guy. Dude. He sucks.
I immediately don't like him.
He's a piece of shit. The only instances I like is like whenever something happens that would jeopardize the whole party.
Yeah.
He does make the reasonable decision, like, oh, this guy's gonna infect the whole party, or this person's screaming and they're gonna cause alert all the people around us. So he does kill him, and it's like, yeah, it sucks, but man, he's a piece of shit. Try to threaten him.
Close, you stare Cyprian in the eye. If this does not work, there will be blood.
Perform a threatening check. Difficulty 6. Add 1 to the result if an Ursus is with you.
Yo!
Let you do it. Go for it.
Okay. Threatening check. What's the difficulty?
6.
I'm assuming I just get whites. Oh,
Yeah, it's a check.
Should I roll for it? Or how many blanks did you draw?
1. Just 1.
We get +1. Give me 2 cards and a die.
2 cards and a die. You gotta do something real quick, but you can go ahead and keep doing what you're doing.
Alright,
Okay.
we got a 1.
Alright, off to a great start.
So we got 2.
All right.
Plus 1.
So you need...
So we need 3 more.
Yeah. There you go. There's more dice. Oh my god. You only have 1 reroll, don't you? Or...
Yeah.
Alright, well you failed.
Yeah, I failed.
That sucks.
Where's our little paper thing?
It's in there. I gave you all the stuff that you start with, yeah. Hold on. I guess he could have used an empower.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I start with an empower.
Yeah, it's in there.
No, I don't see it.
Oh, wait.
I get one from my special ability.
That's only in combat, isn't it?
It just says the start of every encounter.
Yeah, this is a story. I don't think it's a... Yeah, because the encounter is whenever we actually...
Okay, then yeah, I don't have an empower yet.
Okay.
I just have a reroll, and I have this thing. The 3... Battle flow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's any coming back from this one.
I do not believe so. Damn. Well...
I mean, I got... Right now we're at 4.
Yeah.
5. So
5.
we'd be 1 off, but I have 3 blanks, so...
Right.
I mean...
Oh, man. So, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. You did it. You did it. Actually, I'm probably just going to edit this out while I'm on my phone. I had to transfer cap money, so...
Okay. So I made it.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sweet. All right, we succeed.
For a brief moment, you see something in Cyprian's face you were not expecting. Fear. Then he snorts and unbuckles his sword belt. You should see your faces. I wasn't going to fight them. He laughs as you all hand over your weapons.
Uh-huh. Like, just, he has this massive 9-foot bear,
Yeah.
just with that massive, just one-hander, just...
He's like...
Hey!
I was actually just getting it out for them.
I wanted to show him my father's sword.
I was telling them about how cool it is, and I think that they should see it.
Oh, okay. Place your weapons in the middle of the table. You are all unarmed. All Oathsworn gain an empowered ×3 token. Boop. There you go. Nice.
After the Rangers gauge you have understood the rules, they depart, leaving you alone for the first time since entering Witchwood. Taking in your surroundings, you discuss which areas you want to explore. Your time is limited, and you can only visit each location once. Around the palace itself are large grown structures with a dendry moving between them, many armed or burdened with strange objects. Away from the ornate majesty of the palace in the surrounding wood is another vast structure which appears ancient and abandoned. It seems to hold promise, though you are not exactly sure why. Lastly, off to your side runs a beautiful stream that may lead to something.
Okay, so we do not have 4 more tokens on the time track.
Looking around, you decide what to do next.
Alright, so we can explore the areas around the palace some more, explore the ancient look and abandoned structure, or head for the stream. I'm leaning abandoned structure.
I'm good with abandoned structure. It sounds the most alluring.
It does.
You leave the palatial trees to explore the surrounding area when you come across an ancient grown structure. As you enter, you almost get the impression of wandering through a great shadowy hall with giant round pillars supporting its green roof. Very old trees here, guide knocks. In size and splendour, this may have once rivaled the holy cathedrals of Cistercia, but it now seems abandoned. Guide looks at it with a feeling of both pride and sadness. Her knock translates to, long ago, free a dendry build. We were many, had no fear. We had mother, not have matriarch. A boulder catches your attention that is of a different colour to the others you have seen in these woods. You draw nearer to have a look at it and see its shape is far too smooth to occur naturally. But until now, you have not seen anything made from stone by the Adendri, especially no stones with pictures on them. You wipe away the dirt and the leaves to reveal the whole boulder is covered with them, mural paintings that must be centuries old. You think of Edith and what she might have been able to discern from them.
Edith was part of the third. There were 3 people. We had bitch boy guy. Yeah. We had MAGA hat wearing Cyprian. We had Marilla, who's our herbalist, and Edith was like a scholar. She kind of went insane.
Oh,
and,
cool. Cut her losses.
Well, yeah, I think she also like got caught in a trap, and we had to like kill her. It was because she was like old.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't want to be here. I was ordered to come. Perform a reasoning check. Difficulty 3. Add 1 to the result if the huntress is with you. And we did get a free company upgrade. So we finally got one of those, which we chose Keen-Eyed, which is we get 1 redraw on spot, search, and listen checks.
Oh, nice.
I, for the record, and this was super funny, I wanted Quick-Witted, which is 1 on barter, threat, and reason. But Devin's like, no, let's do spot, and we rolled, and he rolled higher, and I'm like, all right, and every single thing was a fucking barter, threat, or reason check, and I'm like, anyway. It's only a difficulty 3. That's not bad. I believe. Yeah. 4, 5, 6. Totally know how to reason here. Don't even need the huntress. Oh, if you draw 5 or more and succeed. Okay, I did get 5, right?
Yeah.
You
got 6.
study the murals, pointing out different figures and symbols to each other, trying to understand their meaning. Figures with tree-like heads and boughs seem to represent Adendri, but there are also humans depicted. The pictures are telling very different stories. On one, the humans are shown beside a burning tree. As you point toward it, guide tells you, tree killers. On another, humans fight against Adendri, which guide explains as, Adendri, fight for land. One picture is the most disturbing. It shows a pool of darkness with grasping hands reaching up to consume both human and Adendri. Guide continues, but it is confusing. Shadows, followed by a series of jagged taps of a finger over her palm. Moving shadows? Sliding? No. Creeping shadows.
Ooh. Gain clue token 3.
Yo.
Oh, what are we gonna learn? Bam.
It's following your clue.
Continue.
You leave this ancient part of the Witchwood and retrace your steps towards the palatial trees.
Add a time token to the time track. Boop.
Looking around, you decide what to do next.
Okay, so we can explore the ancient-looking structure. I kind of want to go back. Oh, what are these murals? You want to look around the palace or head for the stream?
The stream sounds very pleasant.
It does sound pleasant.
Through a natural opening in the rocks, clear water flows into a pond here, thus feeding the river that leads to the palatial trees.
I think if I was
You
in this
look into the
situation, I would
pond.
bury my
Its
face
water
in
so
that.
clean,
Just like...
you can easily see the bottom. This seems like the perfect spot to fill up your water skins. As you take them from your belts, Guide requests your attention. Spring water must stay pure to not disturb cycle. Water cycle is essential for all life.
Listen, Guide. We are so fucking thirsty.
I haven't drank water in 4 weeks.
I should be dead.
I've been living off of beer. Just beer.
I mean, it nulls the pain of the Deepwood, but, I think I'd fight a monster, then go dehydrated for 4 weeks.
It is 3% alcohol. And it tastes like piss.
It sucks ass. So we can fill up our water here or heed Guide's words and abstain. I mean...
I feel like there's got to be a way to fill up our water without messing up the ecosystem.
Who fucking knows how this works? I have no idea. I'd listen to her.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. This isn't our village.
You decide it is a good idea to respect their cultural sensitivities and put away your water skins. Guide kneels down by a group of unremarkable vines that grow from the shore into the water. She touches one of them briefly, whereupon the plant lifts a remarkably large and thick leaf from the bottom of the spring and pushes it far beyond the edge of the bank above Guide's head. There the leaf clamshells and a fine trickle of water rains down on Guide. She washes her hands and face in a ritual manner, then invites you to do the same. Gladly you wash the dirt and sweat from your journey off your face and hands. With Guide's permission, you also use the plants to take a few sips.
It all worked out.
The plant is poison ivy.
Yeah.
So, we get a +2 animus token.
Sick.
Wow. Nice. Continue.
While walking upstream along the river, you suddenly see a strange creature standing on the other side. It is no animal, but apparently made of plant material and quite small, maybe only reaching to your knees, with 4 legs and a tail. You are strongly reminded of the forgotten king's creature that you slew, but this one seems far more peaceful. A hound, Guide tells you. Find and bring things.
So we can choose one. We can follow it and try to track it, or head back and leave it.
Let's follow the dog.
Yeah.
You find a good spot to cross the stream to the other side, but when you go to the place where you saw the hound, it is not there any longer. However, through footprints and broken branches, you can follow its trail.
Sweet. Perform a survival check. Okay. Which we do not get any redraws. Difficulty 4. You want to do it?
Oh, sure. Hand me... I'll just do... Give me 3 white dice.
Boop.
Let's hope it doesn't roll that.
Yeah, right.
Maybe I should do a 4th white dice.
Or card.
Draw a card.
Not off to a great start.
Draw a second card. Okay.
Nice. He did roll those 3 ones.
I did.
So,
5.
cool.
5.
So 5.
We did it.
Yay.
It's hard to follow the hound's trail since clues like excretions and hair that you would normally look for are missing. A creature made of plant matter is almost invisible in a forest. But you are expert on tracking in difficult terrain. When you catch up with it again, it is lying in a sunny spot on a warm rock.
Oh.
You approach with caution. The hound raises its head and looks at you, its nose twitching as it picks up your strange scent. It moves to get to its feet, but one of its front legs buckles, and it sits down on its hind legs again, holding one of its strange wooden paws slightly above the ground.
Sweet baby.
You can see now that the wood on this leg is splintered and broken.
Boo. Boo. If the Grove Maiden is with you.
Oh, she's not.
She is not. So we can choose one. Try to help the hound, or we could kill it. No. We want to try and help it?
Yeah.
You ask Guide to try and calm the hound, and she releases some spores toward it, so you can come close and examine the broken leg further. The leg closely resembles one of an animal in shape, but without flesh and blood, just interwoven branches and plants somehow function together in this strange organism. You realize you have no idea how to help a plant-based life form heal.
That is fair. Perform a reasoning check. Difficulty 5. Add 1 to the result if the huntress is with you. Difficulty 5 reasoning? Man, quick-witted is certainly looking great every time. Difficulty 5. Okay, how many blinks do we have here?
A few.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So there's 2 more.
2 left.
Just draw 10. Just draw 10 cards.
And fail.
You have a reroll, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna draw 6.
Okay.
All right.
Bad start.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. 7, 8. And there's the blank.
Nice.
We did it!
But you figure, why not try and help it in the way you would help each other? You take some straight branches and rip pieces of cloth to splint the leg. The hound seems a bit frightened and concerned, jerking its leg back a few times, but finally lets you finish the procedure. You hope that somehow the leg can eventually heal now. The hound slowly gets to its feet and takes a few tentative steps to test the leg. Slowly, it begins to wag its tail. As you leave again, it follows you.
Do we get a dog?
Keep the hound?
Yeah.
You cannot really explain why, but
It's like
somehow
the
you feel a
happiest we've
connection
been.
I know.
to a strange being. Following an impulse, you reach out and caress its head.
Oh my God.
A feeling of belonging
so
emanates
excited.
from the hound, who is wagging its tail so vigorously that you almost expect it to lift off the ground.
Sweet baby.
Gain ally card 34.
If anything happens to this dog, I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm just gonna execute Jamie Jolly.
Yeah.
Like we next year at Gen Con. Jamie! He's like, oh shit, oh shit.
They must have did the dog thing.
I knew I shouldn't have put that in there.
It's not my fault. I used ChatGPT to write it. Why?
That isn't a combatant ally. Talk to the other players about a name for it. How about Bark?
I love it.
I'm like, I'm just so imaginative. It's a double meaning.
Yeah.
Cute.
Well, I mean, if we go based off of the other names of this race, we should name it Dog.
We hound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hound.
And then we add Deepwood event card 36. Events. Deepwood event and city event. Okay, so city event 37 gets added and Deepwood event 36. With how many events we have, like, I'm almost like...
When do we start running into these?
Are we supposed to be drawing these a lot? But it's only just when it tells us to.
Yeah.
So we're going with Bark?
Yep.
Cool.
You head back to the stream and follow it to the palatial trees.
Alright, add a time token to the time track. Like, we're all, like, weeping on the way back. Like, what is this? The Deepwood is...
Is this joy?
Yeah, all fear and death and loneliness. Alright, so the last one we can do is...
Looking around, you decide what to do next.
Yeah, so we need to do the palace.
You linger by the palatial trees and observe the different kinds of Adendri. Some are magnificent and shining, others are wilted and small.
Poor.
They come in an array of
Those are
different
homeless.
ages, colours,
Okay.
and sizes.
Some
With
of them are from
truly
Independence,
colossal,
Missouri.
Powerful specimens.
That was a weird call out.
Are strange and fascinating in their own way. A group comes walking up with a particularly fancy-looking Adendri female leading the way. Her long, hair-like vines float after her like a cloak, adorned with colourful flowers which constantly release a flood of spores behind her. Several pale, narrow Adendri hurry to follow her in perfect lockstep, eyes fixed upon their mistress. The other Adendri make way for her and bow in varying degrees of submissive postures. She glances in your direction once, but you can make out no reaction to your presence. After she has walked past, Guide's knock comes like a whisper. Female Adendri nobility. Very powerful. Weighing your options, you look around. Down by the giant roots of the trees, there seems to be martial groups gathering around some bioconstructs. Looking up, you see a cluster of Adendri, high in a complex structure, carrying plants and vessels of soil.
Okay, so we can choose one. Go to the martial gathering around the bioconstruct or try to find a way up into the complex structure.
I kind of want to go into the structure.
Yeah, I don't really have strong feelings one way or the other. So we'll
It's
do
kind of
that.
where I'm at, but the structure sounds more fun.
Okay. Place a location, token 14.
14.
Standing beneath the giant trees, you look up at their perfectly smooth trunks, their lowest branches as high as the tallest building of Verum. There are no stairs or ladders, and you have no idea how to get up there, but Guide knows. She walks towards one of
She
the
knows
plants
everything.
that grow at the base of the trees and releases her spores into their funnel-shaped flower heads. She then knocks, "Stand still," to you, as long vines descend from the palatial trees, wrapping themselves around your knees and upper body to lift you gently but quickly into the air. You fight the urge to hack at the vines and try to free yourselves. A fall from this height could be deadly. The vines set you down on a broad limb of the tree which houses the oddly wrought structure. To either side, an unguarded drop promises a swift end, a fact none of the Adendri going to and fro seem to notice. Curiosity drives you forward, and you explore the strange paths the Adendri take, laden with compost, mulch, and moss. Finally, you reach a platform of densely interwoven branches and vines, on which a variety of small plants grow in wooden bowls. Many bowls, however, only contain soil of different colors. A female Adendri seems to work here and looks up as you approach, watching you closely while exchanging spores with Guide, who then explains. She struggles to find the right sign for what she wishes to express about the Adendri's role here, and in the end settles on herbalist and archivist. The herbalist leads you to a very large bowl filled with a sick-looking soil. You would know that Icarus mulch anywhere. It is Deepwood soil. Guide recoils. She knocks. Dangerous to bring here. You are surprised to see the crude bowl is made from crushed human armor plates held together by rust.
Ooh, and if Marilla is still with you, she is. She's our herbalist.
Oh, wow.
Marilla understands immediately. She smiles at the herbalist with obvious respect for her work. That's why she has it in a metal bowl for safe study, to keep it from contacting other vegetation. What the old botanist considers safe, Guide seems to regard as pure folly. Spores continue to flow between the two Adendri. She need more iron for more understanding. Guide explains to you with swift hand motions as the Adendri looks over your many weapons and armor pieces. She want trade. Guide knocks. Whatever they're attempting here, they seem to want your metal for it and are offering some sort of plant in return.
Okay, so each Oathsworn may make one trade of 6 iron for either a +2 Animus token or to discard 1 injury card back to the injury deck.
I don't think I have any injuries.
Devin does.
Devin
His
does.
money's over there. I think he has 15.
Might be worth getting rid of 6.
Yeah. 6 iron, yeah. Let's, he's at 15, that puts him down to what?
Here's 10. Just give me 9. Or give me the 4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of that injury, so heals him with the gut rot. So that just gets put back into the deck.
I don't think I need another +2 Animus, so I'll probably hold out.
I might also hold out because I have 2.
I also have 2.
She has 1 and no money. So, yeah, if I had an injury, I'd probably do it. That's always a nice free heal. So.
After your trading, the Adendri appears to be pleased with Marilla's interest and takes another, smaller metal bowl and fills it with a portion of the Deepwood soil, taking care not to touch it directly. She gestures to the other bowls of soil and plants around her. The guide translates her spore communication into searching cure. Marilla and her assistants are very keen on staying for the experiment to learn and share their knowledge. However, it has not taken so long that you could not make for some of the other locations if you wish.
Okay, so we can decide to find some better way to spend your time here. We cannot stay and need to go, or let the botanists do their research.
Say what the botanists
Yeah,
do
if they're
research.
looking for a cure of the Deepwood,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
With Guide's translation, the herbalist explains the different kinds of soils and plants to the botanists in great detail.
This is
She
normal.
also asks you many
He
questions
does this all the time.
about the deep.
It's just a little prank.
You even manage to answer a few of them, explaining the role salt plays in keeping the Deepwood at bay at city walls.
He'll keep going
After
for a
a
couple
tedious
minutes.
process of mixing different compounds together, they sprinkle a portion
You're gonna go to the next
of the
audio?
open soil mix into the small bowl with the dark Deepwood soil. On top of this, they place a small plant. You all surround the bowl to witness the experiment. The herbalist sends out some spores to the plant, an air of excitement palpable around her. The plant begins to grow before your eyes in reaction to her spores. As the plant thrives to everyone's surprise and delight, the dark soil seems to take on a browner, more natural colour. But then the plant suddenly pales. The auburn soil turns dark, and red thorns, dripping with a yellow liquid, start to grow out of the previously natural-looking plant. You pull a chunk of amber out of your pocket. The spark is quickly struck, and soon the hostile plant is on fire. Frightened, the Adendri steps back from the flames. Soon only ash remains, and everyone regains their composure despite the disappointment. Before you leave, the herbalist presents you with a small bag of bast fibres with some plant seeds in it. Marilla is delighted, and she thanks the Adendri, telling her this could be the most valuable gift they have ever received.
Fascinating. So, like, even the soil is, like, poison.
Yeah. It just creates horrors.
Yeah, that is interesting. So we write the keyword the seed.
Dog, that's what I'm trying to give you later. If you know what I mean.
The seed.
I'm trying to give you my seed.
Let's see where the night goes.
Give you a little butt, baby.
And then we add a time token to the time track.
That's 4.
That's
No,
5.
it's 3.
What?
It's 3 time. It's 3 of the time token,
Oh yeah.
not the numbered ones.
Judging there is no more to be gained here, you leave. With Guide's help, you descend the palatial trees in the same manner you arrived.
If location 16 is not on the time track, we may still explore the martial gathering.
Oh, let's do
Well,
it.
why not? Place location 16 on the time track.
Shit.
You advance towards the palatial trees' giant roots that seem to dive into the earth like fat snakes. Up ahead, you notice some grown structures that have a military feel to them, with spikes lurking out under the shades of green. Before them, a group of Adendri train in full contact combat against hulking bioconstructs of wooden teeth and claws. Guide explains that these are not only used for training, but also utilized in the War of the Roots against the Deepwood. Watching the Adendri train is of professional interest to you, but not important right now.
Alright, we do have Cyprian with us.
You realize that Cyprian is no longer with your group. Looking around, you spot him as he is just entering a cave, formed naturally under the roots of the palatial trees. What is he doing? He could endanger the mission. You could go after him, but that may draw attention. If he gets caught, it could be over for everyone.
So we can confront him or leave him be.
Confront him? Because if he fucks shit up, then we're all fucked.
I know. Yeah. Alright.
At least if we
You head
try to
over the
stop him, we
cave,
might be able to use
keeping
some
your head
rapport to
down.
get
Inside,
out of it.
You find several of the clawed bioconstructs, seemingly asleep. Cyprian stands before one of them, his back turned to you. Looking for something, you ask, accusation in your voice. Startled, he turns. In his hand, he holds something, a weapon. Then you realize what it is. The construct behind him is missing one of its long claws. Cyprian grins. I want to be prepared in case these wildlings decide not to help us.
Guy.
As he is about to leave, you block his way. His taking something from the Adendri could go very wrong. A lot of people's lives, probably your own included, depend on completing your task. The knight glares at you angrily and waves his newly found weapon. Whose side are you on? In this moment, you are painfully aware that you are unarmed.
I'm a bear.
So we can stand aside and let him continue, or stop him, kill him if necessary.
Yep.
I fucking hate this.
You
dude
had
so much.
suspected it would come to this. Regrettable, but necessary.
Perform a round of combat against Defense 7. Let's see.
We don't have our weapons, so we don't get to use our cubes.
Right. Oh yeah, you are correct. I have empowers.
I have an empower. And a reroll.
And a reroll. That's pretty much all I have too.
Yeah.
I'll leave it up to the bear.
Alright.
We know we know there.
All of those have things on them.
Yeah, 100%. So
How many whites are there?
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. How many whites are there? There are 3.
Okay, give me all those. And then a red and a yellow.
Okay.
That should get us to 7.
It should. I hope it is.
3.
All right.
6.
Okay.
7, 8.
Okay.
9, 10. 11.
All right.
I need to just really go for it. 13.
Okay.
13.
This is just all pent up frustration.
Literally, I'm just like, you think that branch is going to do anything?
He hits
He goes, I just grab it, break it.
Yep, that's all right. We archived the Cyprian card.
Good. I'm immediately tired of him.
I know, dude. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened to him.
That was weird.
He just kind of died.
Yeah.
Come back, King's like, hey, where's my best knight Cyprian? He was kind of a little bitch in the Deepwood.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Taken. Yeah. Have you seen the movie? That's what happened to him.
I'm not gonna lie, man. He tried to hit me with a stick and he died.
I just didn't like it. He mildly inconvenienced me a bear, so I ate him.
Cyprian's final battle is quite unknightly, without formality or fairness, fighting with a crude Adendri weapon against unarmed allies. His death is not pretty. You stand there catching your breath. You become aware of a large bioconstruct advancing from outside the cave, one you have seen earlier. You stand back as the uprooter lifts up Cyprian's body and carries it outside, where the soil digger has prepared a hole in the ground into which Cyprian is dispatched and covered with earth. Within moments, the knight is gone. As you think it could not get any stranger, a small wooden creature flies over the impromptu grave, sprinkling seeds before the soil digger heaps another layer of soil onto the spot. Then they all hurry away to their next assignment. You get the impression that Cyprian was used more as a fertilizer for a flower bed than buried. Also, you are quite aware now that nothing you do in the Witchwood will be without the Adendri's knowledge.
I gotta make this flower bed. He's put into the ground and they poop on him.
As you go to leave, one of the training Adendri breaks away from the melee and runs towards you. Guide receives the spores and translates his request. You try your best to keep up with their rapid hand movements. He seems to be offering a challenge for one of you to take on the bioconstruct to avoid its attacks. The Adendri leads you toward one of the caves under the palatial trees to show you human treasures, according to Guide's knock. It turns out to be an impressively large pile, consisting mostly of rusty armor plates and weapons, time having taken its toll on them. Without asking where they got those, you look through the discarded items and find a leather pouch that holds some iron.
Alright, we can accept his challenge or refuse the soldier. This is not what you were here for. I want to accept this
Yeah,
challenge.
sounds fine.
So, we're going to choose an Oathsworn to perform the challenge. We'll have the Ranger do it.
Stepping into the combat zone, the hulking form of your opponent rears over you. When its first blow lands, you start to wonder if this was such a good idea.
Ooh, she's not looking hot.
I thought she was going to dodge that. Performs a survival check.
Figured she'd be more
Difficulty
nimble.
6.
Gonna roll for her.
I always roll for
The Rangers.
Yep. Not going to get a single blank. I did get a
you got
single
one.
blank. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But one of them's a crit. Damn.
8. Okay, 8. Hell yeah. If you succeed, gain 10 iron.
Damn.
Bam! Just a fat tenner. Right there.
The Adendri watch in silence as you weave and duck, roll and slide. The giant bioconstruct swings in great arcs, but it cannot touch you. You are no 60-seconder. This is your profession, your life, hammered to steel in the heat of battle. At a silent command, the Hulk desists. The soldiers seem annoyed. They had obviously been expecting a different outcome. But you cannot shake the feeling you gave away your combat techniques to a potential enemy.
Or to a potential friend. Alright, so now we need to return to the front of the palatial tree.
Down by the palatial tree's base, you recognize the Adendri noble you saw earlier standing in your path, surrounded by her pale attendants. Her flowery vines dancing in the breeze. Guide stops in her tracks, telling you, no, female nobility, too dangerous. The noble turns toward Guide and releases a single spore. It drifts quickly to rest on Guide, and she goes rigid. After a moment, she relaxes. Guide continues. She help us, has important knowledge about Matriarch. In the meantime, the Adendri noble has drawn nearer, followed by her entourage, as she sends out her spores again. Her presence feels like a blessing, an emotion so intense it is almost overwhelming.
Oh, this is interesting. If you were playing in a group or if you were playing solo.
Ooh.
Oh, we are in a group.
Yeah.
Each player rolls an unused hit point die. The player with the lowest number reads the following section alone. That is you. Okay, so you'll just hit like instruction up at the top. While I banter, apparently. So, hey everyone, how are you? You enjoying the series so far? That's good. It's been a long while since I've seen you around these parts. Been keen to take a look at those concrete slappers you've just been lazily putting out in front of me. Having a nice little toe buffet. He's like, oh no. We good?
You have to read that now.
Oh, I do?
Yep.
Like the instructions?
Yeah. Well, the instruction says the player to the left of the previous reads this.
This section should only be read by the player. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting. Okay. Fascinating.
You need a moment to recover and check if everyone seems all right. What happened? There was a female, someone. The memory fades as a few spores are blown into the breeze. You look at Guide in hope of an explanation, but she seems distant and has nothing to say to you. Looking around, you decide what to do next.
All right, we definitely have 4 more time tokens on the time track. Place location 19. No extra unique item for us.
No.
Rangers approach and escort you towards the largest of the palatial trees. Matriarch will see us now, guide tells you. Vines come down from the tree to grab and pull you upward. You are set down high in the tree's crown on a grown platform, bathed in sunlight, reflected by 1,000 white flowers. The Rangers take up positions, flanking an elaborate throne grown from the same white marble wood as the tree itself. To your surprise, you see a human crouching on the floor. The man is in dirty rags, his long beard grey, his body weak and skinny, his eyes bereft of hope or sanity. Puppet, comes a hushed knock from Guide, trembling with fear beside you. A rustling of leaves makes you look up as branches bend to make room. A ray of sunlight breaks through and blinds your eyes. Surrounded by dazzling brightness, the matriarch comes down from above. Supported by vines, she is gently lowered onto her throne. The long vines growing from her head are covered with pitch black flowers, absorbing the light. They embrace her like a living dress and stretch out over her head and to her feet in all directions like a crown connecting with the tree. On her throne, the living branches unfurl the leaves and the white flowers all around move to reflect the light toward her. There is no doubt who the matriarch is here. When she is ready, she sets her gaze upon you. One of her vines moves to touch the man on the floor, releasing some spores directly onto his head. Tree killers, he croaks. Explain why you desecrate our land with your presence.
Oh, he
Now
talks through him.
you understand why Guide called him Puppet. His own mind is gone. The matriarch speaks through him.
That completely reminds me of Mass Effect, the very first one, where like that plant that like talked through the what were they called? What Liaro was. For this question, all players who agree raise their hands at the same time. Do you want to attack the matriarch? Okay, on the count of 3, raise your hand if you want to attack the matriarch. 1, 2, 3. No way.
I'm on board.
If at least one player raised their hand. Oh, man.
You charge at the Adendri matriarch with the intent to kill. Her guards step forward as one, rushing to shield their leader from your attack. The matriarch herself does not even flinch. You'd have not thought her gaze could get more piercing.
Each Oathsworn who agreed to attack performs a round of combat against Defense 8.
That was my secret thing.
Oh, you had to? Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow. All right, go for it. Like, it actually told you had to attack?
It says that, like, a message comes into your head and you feel compelled to attack.
Wow,
the matriarch. Yeah.
okay. Fascinating.
Just give me fucking... Yeah, just give me... Let's see here. Give me 7.
7?
Yeah.
Question, if you hadn't had that, would you have? No, I didn't think so. I was like, what is he? Who is this man? No, that was a roll.
Keeping that. Just roll one at a time. See how it goes.
That's what Kat does.
We're going to roll that one again.
I never like rolling them all at the...
Yeah,
but
it takes too long.
that one technically didn't count. That one over there. You had to roll it with the group.
Oh, okay, you're right. I should just reroll all of
Yeah.
them. Yeah. Except for those 2. Okay. Reroll.
All right. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And then and 2 crits.
Yeah.
8.
Okay. All right, 8. You got exactly it. If all participating Oathsworn succeed, which is you...
Hell yeah, it is.
The guards had not expected that an attack may be.
Of course
not
the bear.
An untrained Oathsworn veteran, taking out 2 of them in seconds before managing to steal an amber-tipped spear from a third. Pivoting in perfect form, You go to hurl it at the matriarch. Suddenly, spores dance before your eyes between you and your target, and you realize you can no longer move. Enough! The puppet spits out, disdain in his voice. That is not why you came. I can feel her spores on you even now.
Ooh,
the matriarch glances around the room as if looking for someone. She will pay for her hubris when I find her. Eyes returning to you. Now, I demand you answer me. Slowly, the matriarch rises from a throne and the whole room seems to hold its breath. Somehow you know she rarely ever does that. Involuntarily, you take a step back. As her spores whirl through the room, you slowly realize you cannot control your bodies anymore. She is making you take step after step backward toward where you know the platform ends. Beyond is nothing but empty air and a very long way down. The puppet speaks again. Before you open those ever-hungry mouths, remember, you are at my mercy here, tree killers. My people have already suffered enough of your lies. With only your mouth still your own, you begin to tell her of the plague. You get the impression she is looking for something in your words. You know what you say next may decide your fate.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so we can tell her you share a foe, as the plague will get to them too. Mm-hmm. Tell her that she needs you, or appeal to her for mercy. You don't get a decision because you attacked her.
I didn't have a choice there either.
I'm leaning appeal. I feel like she's kind of like a... Would she like groveling? Probably.
Yeah. When she has a puppet, so.
That is true.
I bet it's a sex thing.
She's really into scrawny old men.
Yeah, dude.
It's either... Yeah,
It's either the first one or the last one.
I feel like the first one may come off as a threat. So I'm going to do the appeal as the priest. I'm like, have you heard about God?
Your words have no effect. As you take another step, you look over your shoulder and shudder. One more step, and you will fall to your death.
All right. Tell her you share a foe.
I have not had the opportunity to take the lives of so many tree killers for quite some time. The puppet croaks. Slowly, the matriarch raises a hand and with a slight gesture, as if waving a flyaway, makes you fall backwards over the edge. You hear the shocked screams of your travel companions as you expect to fall to your death, but the vines are there to support and catch you. They wrap themselves around your body and push you back onto the platform. The matriarch sits back down on a throne and the puppet speaks again. I let you live, but you will do something for me in return.
We do not have clue token 1.
The matriarch returns to a throne, petals unfurling as she approaches. I know of your plague. The smell of it reaches us even here. You are wise to seek our wisdom and foolish to think it would be given. I could deny you. The tree killers could wither in my shade, cut off at the root. She seems amused by the thought, then dismisses it. Nevertheless, you will have your answer, because in doing so you will serve and perhaps die. For my purposes, see now what you came to find. Suddenly, images enter your mind. Humans from an age long past, hacking at trees, centuries old, making them fall in the blink of an eye. Tree killers. You feel a great hatred as your land is consumed. Humans with sharp metal weapons on a vast battlefield. Tree killers. You see great bioforms and the dendri rise up to resist the tree killers. They meet in battle, and life water feeds the soil. It is not enough, though. As both armies are turned to mulch, shadows begin to rise from the ground. Dark, hateful things, and beyond them, a larger shadow looms over all. You see the Great Father rise to defend the land, but he too is consumed by the shadow. Hope turns to desperation, and the shadow advances. As it gets closer, the dark shape comes into focus as the blighted trunks of the Deepwood trees. At last, a final intense picture comes to you. A cave that swallows up all light. It is the heart of darkness, and you stare into its depths as you feel yourself drawn into its inky blackness, deeper and deeper. After that, the light leaves you, and with it, your consciousness.
We made a mistake coming here.
Yeah.
Add a time token to the time track. Bam.
Oh, so do we get the thing then? Since we got past the under 19.
No. That's only if it's showing at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have to do like everything super quick. If your weapons were taken, you gain them back. All right. So there's that. The bow. There's your, what was this? Glaive. And my 2 fucking knockers, my maces.
So your sternum knockers.
Yeah, kinda, sorta.
You wake with a headache. As you look around, you find yourselves at the edge of the Witchwood, outside the wall of green. You have no idea how you got here, or how much of what you saw in there was real. It is hard to remember most of it, but the last image has left an indelible mark on your mind. At odds with the nature of the image, as you were sucked into that black abyss just before the end, you felt a strange certainty. You felt hope. You still do not have what you came here for. No cure for the plague. But after your encounter with the Adendri, you are certain answers lie within that cave. You begin to consider how you might find it when you realize you know exactly where it is.
Oh, that's
As
nice.
though a beacon shone through the gloom of the Deepwood. You can sense the direction it lies in.
That's convenient.
As you set out once more under the swollen canopy of the Deepwood, you realize how sick this place is. You feel stifled by the thick air and the ever-present smell of rot, a stark contrast to the sweet breeze of the Witchwood. You feel remorse that you may never see it again. Your reverie is broken as you sense Samuel's eyes on you. The apparition, or whatever he is waiting for you, sitting on a dead trunk. He looks at you as though trying to figure something out. On your approach, he gets up, smiles, and walks off in the direction of the cave, fading to nothing.
This Samuel thing is still so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
I'm almost like... I don't know if it's like an actual real apparition of him or if it's like a spell.
I think it's like in our head.
I think it is too, like almost like a guilt.
It's like a shared delusion.
Yeah.
You press on for days in the direction of the cave, the Deepwood getting thicker with every furlong. No free company you know of has ever delved so deep into the woods before. For hundreds of years, archivists have tried to chart the woods to gain some semblance of understanding of its bounds and reach. All expeditions came up short with the same answer: the Deepwood continues on forever. Now you head to a place no one knew existed, the Deepwood's center.
Draw a Deepwood event card. If it is event card 5 through 11, place it back in the deck and draw another card. Otherwise, resolve it.
Ooh.
Maybe it's the one for our dog.
He gives you a kiss, and then you keep going.
There is nothing bad here. Put back into the deck. All right. Choose one Oathsworn and turn the card over. Let's do the witch.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You gonna read it?
Yeah. Your foot disappears into a mound of fungus,
Oh, God.
caught in its grasp. Suddenly, sticky spores begin to spread up your leg.
Uh-huh.
You need to burn it off fast.
How appropriate.
The chosen Oathsworn performs a survival check, difficulty 7.
Uh-huh.
You may draw as many red might cards as you wish for this check.
Okay.
If you succeed, you burn off the fungus. If you fail, lose 1 health.
Okay.
Whether you succeed or not, if you drew any identical numbers, you lose a combat token of your choice.
All right.
I guess. Just do
What was the difficulty?
7.
7. So you would need. Let's go up to 4. So to succeed, you would need a 4 and a 3.
Yeah.
And a 2 and a 1. I mean, that'd be over it, but you can't get identical numbers.
A 4 and a 3 and a blank would do it.
That's true.
Or a 4 and a 2 and a 1 would do it.
All right. All right, there's the blank. There's the 4. And there's the 3. Well, you do succeed.
Yeah.
So it's what? So what happens on identical?
You lose a combat token.
Okay.
So worse things could happen.
Yeah.
We're just gonna get rid of the.
Yeah. So for the NPC, they can't really use those. They can use them as a move or an attack.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send that back.
Okay. At least that's better than health. And that just gets archived. The event.
Here you go. There you go, pal. Pal friend.
As the trees become denser, the light fades away, and you feel the
was like,
unease of the party. Guide, in particular, seems nervous. When asked about it, she signals she gave warning. Stay in light. Beware of shadow. Noting the amount of shadows all around, you take stock of your amber torches and
As we
lanterns.
stand in the shade.
You could light your path enough to see your way to the cave and back again if you were careful. It would bolster morale and perhaps fend off whatever Guide is talking about. But light might just as well attract unwanted attention. You could, alternatively, take it slow in the dark and be on guard for the hidden threat, making sure not to signpost your presence here.
So we can choose. Strike a torch to light your way or slowly sneak through the darkness aware of the threat.
I think the torch might be the way to go.
That's what I'm thinking too. It's like, I'm more scared of the shadows
Yeah,
at this point.
The demon shadows that all the mushroom people are scared of? Yeah. I'll take my chances.
Yeah.
Heeding Guide's words, you light an amber torch. Grimly, you mumble part of the oath. We are the last line, the line of the glorious dead. We shall not break. You know there is no choice but to go on. But the warm light emanating from your torch makes your fear
One
of
of
the unknown
those.
bearable. You resolve to keep one burning at all times. The strong glow
Yeah,
and slow
my
burn
lord,
will
Joseph
keep
Smith.
the area around you illuminated
Oh,
for
no.
hours.
Again, a plus. Hey, look at that. +2 animus
Oh,
token.
yeah. There we go. Zig.
Look at that. Look at that. It's like we lost nothing.
Your concerns of drawing attention were correct, however. And not long after, a pack of tentacle-faced creatures with scything talons descends upon you.
Mind flares. Dang it. Perform a round of combat against defense 7. But we now have our weapons.
Yes.
Defense 7.
Okay. A red and a black.
7.
There you go.
Oops, that was a 3. So she's good. Oh, you're very good over there.
Yep. I got 9.
And then for Devin, or 3 blank.
Oh, he's good.
4, 5, 6, 7. I am also good.
He got 8. Holy shit. 8, 11, 14, 16.
Just like lights up the entire thing, just doing a fire flamethrower
Wiping the
attack.
blood from your blades, you feel you are drawing close to your goal. You push on through thorns and clamber over thick roots. You can barely breathe the clawing air, and darkness is everywhere. You have never seen the Deepwood like this before. The trees seem to pulse and ooze amber ichor, and
that's
cysts
yucky.
dot the land like pustules on a bloated corpse. Before
That doesn't
you,
look like somewhere
the
I'd want to hang
ground
out.
abruptly drops away, and the view opens up onto a large ravine. Gaping in the mountainside, like a dark festering wound, is the cave from your vision. A 50-foot gash cleft into the rock. You instantly know You have reached your destination, the Deepwood Center. You have arrived at the heart of darkness.
It's fucking terrifying.
God, the art is just so good.
Yeah, it is.
Like, look at that.
God. It looks like a scary place.
I have the art book for this game, too.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
An overriding sense of vileness
That's a weird thing to
washes
know about.
over you as you look into that darkness.
never made one.
And it is almost enough to
I
make
asked
you miss
Jamie
the immediate danger.
after
The
you bragged
place
about it last
is
time.
crawling with deep
He said, Steph said
monstrosities,
that.
the likes
Ew.
of which you have never seen before. A sea of fur and fangs, chitin and claws flow around the cave as if maggots crawling around a cadaver. Fear and anger grip you in the sight of the certain death awaiting you at the mouth of the cave. You will never get in there like this, but you are so close. You know the answer lies within that cave. Did you travel all this way for nothing? You have no time to consider the question as you feel something coming.
So what did it say? This place is crawling with Deepwood monstrosities. Wow.
So this is probably going to be a really not easy fight.
We'll find out. We gain a redraw token.
Yo! I love those. I'm just going to take both.
Sorry, Devin the Witch died.
The familiar
How'd she die?
deep thumping in the earth draws your attention. You remember that feeling from... You tense, gripping your weapons tight at a crashing sound. Off to your right, trees bend, creak and crack, and the stuff of nightmares crawls its way into reality before you.
Satyr.
The giant beast in storm grey armor is larger than a townhouse and shrouded in deadly fumes.
Oh no.
Uprooting a tree whole, it barrels towards you, the doom of Bastone.
Guys, I found a way out!
Whatever else you had planned, you are now left with only one choice. You must run for your life.
Nah, dude, we're fighting it.
You run as fast as your legs allow, slashing your way through the deep wood.
I go full bear, just like
If you die
4
now,
paws to the
all has happened
ground.
Since you...
Oh, that looks like it was working. It's not, my wrist break. Ah!
Bye! I just keep going.
Oh, this helped me!
Don't get fucked. Did you see that thing?
left venom will be for nothing. The knowledge you have gained, the hope of a cure will be lost. Vines strike your faces, thorns cut your clothes, but you only feel the shaking of the ground as the doom of Bastone thunders behind you. Nightmarish creatures scream at you, but you only hear the deafening roar and the trees bursting into splinters as the beast crashes through the Deepwood. Memories flash before your inner eye, the broken city wall, streets exploding into dusty ruins. Lord Davenish vanishing in a crimson mist with one stroke of the beast's claws and the awful cries of the people that have haunted you since. You risk a look over your shoulder. The doom of
It's
Bastille
there.
is gaining on you fast, yellowish smoke billowing from its nostrils, leaving a path of destruction in its wake behind you. Some of your allies are having a hard time keeping pace.
Good. Maybe they'll slow him down.
Each Oathsworn performs a survival check. Man. Difficulty 6.
Jeez.
Oh my god! Well, let's perform a survival difficulty 6 check before I read what happens next.
Alright, I'm gonna roll. How many blanks are in there?
1.
Difficulty 6?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll 5. Do I want to use an empower? You roll for her first. I'm gonna roll for Devin first.
No. I don't know what happens if we fail. She does have a re-roll, but I'd have to get super lucky.
Devin's
Oh,
fucking
shit.
good.
Oh my god. Okay, I got a fucking crit. And then a 1, so 2, 4, 6. So she made it.
Devin's currently at 2, 4, 5. Or 2, 4, 6, 7. 8. He got 8.
Okay.
I should have taken that roll. Oh no, I was going to use it in power.
I got exactly 6 off a draw of 5.
Okay. I'm going to empower to get 3. Give me 3 yellow cards. And then I'll roll 2 dice. Let's see where we're at. 1, 2. All right. What do we need? 5?
6.
6. I need to get 4. And I did.
You did?
I got it. Let's see. All right. Yep. I got 6 exactly. 2, 4, 6.
Okay. Roll an unused hit point die for each ally that you have, ignoring those that are non-combat allies. Each ally that rolls a 1 or a 2 will be killed and their card archived. For each Oathsworn that succeeds their survival check, you may save 1 ally of your choice.
Okay, hand me the die. I'll roll and...
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh,
7,
shit.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay.
We have 15, and we all succeeded?
Yeah.
So we all get to save 1. The dog for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So here's who we got. Does it say we get to save them
I
afterwards?
think it's roll, and if we need to save them, we can.
Yeah, that's probably it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, alright. There, we'll just roll one at a time.
Okay.
We got the dog. We got Bark. Definitely keeps up.
Okay.
It's right at our side. We got the Golem, which he's just super cool.
Yeah.
Is currently dead.
We'll just keep...
I'll
we'll decide
put
at the end.
Put them off to the side. So saved on the right, dead on the left. Steet, our first
we have
boy.
to keep Steet. We have to.
Shit.
Steet's not doing hot.
We got Brevik. He's our merc on a mission.
Okay.
Okay, so Brevik is
Weird
good.
how we're getting hot, like real high or real low.
Yeah, that's true. Lena, that's the girl. That was the satyr's victim. She's good.
Okay. I like her.
She probably wants to die, though. We got Willem, the young squire. Oh, Willem we got. He was the one that he was getting his ass beat by
Yeah.
Cyprian.
Mm-hmm.
And he took the oath. So
Oh,
he joined.
cool.
He joined.
He's an Oathsworn now.
Yep.
Sick.
Yep. He's good.
Good. He's sticking it out.
Will, I don't remember. I don't remember Will, but he's good.
Wow.
Then we got the regular man at arms. Also good,
Goddamn. We might be good.
right? Man at arms, good. We got the herald, the soothsayer. I hate him, but of course he gets a 6.
He makes it. He's like in
What's-
front of us.
Yeah, what's death behind us? Like, you're so weird, Harold.
He's like sitting on his stick, just floating through the air. How?
He's like teleporting. Come on!
Let's go!
Like he runs up and he like tames the beast. Wouldn't it be fun if he just kept chasing?
Get him!
Jonathan. Oh, Jonathan.
He's fine.
He's good. The King of Average. Don't remember who that is. He's
He's
dead.
not doing hot.
Finian. He was one of the priests that. Okay, he's 100% good. God is on his side. Lysine. She was.
I love her.
She is good.
Yes, cool.
And then another man at arms.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
So
we can just
we can save all of them. Yeah. Whew. So we got Steet. Yeah, the golem. I'm just like, shit, command rod the golem. Pick up the fucking base.
I picked up the dog.
No, the dog was running by us.
Yeah,
He wasn't.
Well, it's because I was carrying him.
No, you weren't. You abandoned us. I remember I broke my wrist trying to chase after you. And you left me.
You also tried to do four paws?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, lost no allies. Okay, lost no allies, but saved at least one.
You see your companion stumble. The bloody beast has taken enough from you and will not take any more today. You stop and charge back toward the oncoming beast. Grabbing your companion, you pick them up. You throw them over your shoulder, flying into the Deepwood and running as hard as you can, despite your heavy burden. Blindly, you fling yourself through the trees, heedless of all but the hot breath at your back. Suddenly, you are out in the open, leaving the Deepwood behind you. You've entered a dark, empty field, void of trees, with a cold haze surrounding you as you keep running. You shout out to each other and regroup before the mist can separate you. Then, the doom of Bastone crashes out of the tree line. There is nowhere you
Seems
can
like we're
hide from
fighting
it
this
now.
thing.
You get ready for what surely will be your last battle. The beast stops, snorting heavily, saliva dripping from its enormous snout. Its front claws paw the ground as its eyes burn with a sick hunger.
Jeez.
It snorts again, then sniffs, seemingly less sure of itself. It roars in frustration, pounding the earth at the edge of the clearing. You do not know what to make of what happens next. It turns away from you,
It rolls over.
and its huge form, blotting
Starts
out the
wagging a
sinking
tail.
sun, carves a path back into the Deepwood. Something is very wrong. Looking around, you take in the clearing for the first time.
And a bigger one.
You are standing in a field of corpses. Human and Adendri soldiers are scattered everywhere, half sunken into the ground,
To a bigger
dusty in
one.
hoarfrost, perfectly
The
preserved.
Doom of Bastion. That's just the baby. You turn and see its mom.
Yeah. It's taller than the trees.
Yeah. How have we missed that? Oh, I guess we always thought that was a mountain.
Pounds its fist.
Oh, that's where the earthquakes were coming from. It was walking.
A chill runs up your spine. The Adendri and humans have been fighting each other. Two armies in a pitched battle. There have never been any battles in the Deepwood. This battlefield must be ancient. So how has nothing decayed? You look at each other and begin to make for the far side of the clearing. As you do, you notice the weapons of these ancient warriors are equally well preserved. Fine craftsmanship and keen edges glint in the icy cold.
We have clue token 3.
Yo.
You know this place. You know it because the Adendri remember it. You've seen it in the Witchwood. You have seen the shadow.
Reveal the encounter special rules board. Mark the special rules box for chapter 11 on the free company sheet. Okay, so we're doing story and then special rules. Yes, so for chapter 11, it's the special rules. The Shadow Man. He does not seem to have any might.
That's good.
9 defense.
That's where he makes up for it.
If noon is possessed, if no one is possessed, give this card to the Oathsworn with the highest health and resolve this card. If someone is already possessed, do not give this card to anyone. There will only be one possessed character at a time. Possessed, you lose the Oathsworn keyword and gain the enemy keyword. Your enemies are now the other Oathsworn. You can only lose hit points by damage from an attack. You cannot be hurt in any other way, such as knockback. Perform the refresh phase as though you were an Oathsworn. Do not act in the Oathsworn phase. Do not use defensive cards or interrupts when attacked.
Jeez.
Use the Shadowman's defense instead of your own. If you stop being possessed, you may immediately act as normal. And he has Creeping Shadow minions. Creeping shadows cannot be removed from the game board or killed in any way. When a character causes a shadow to lose any health, instead send a shadow to any hex on any game board edge of your choice. End of the encounter. If there are no more stage cards in the stage deck and no more cubes on a possession card, the encounter ends in success immediately. Once all stage cards have been drawn, do not make a new deck. The encounter ends in failure if no unpossessed Oathsworn are. So it's a war. It's a battle of attrition.
Jeez. Just gotta last.
Pretty much.
The sun is rapidly sinking. and you see the shadows getting longer. Darkness is coming.
Ooh. Ooh. Spend some time looting the corpses, quickly grab a few pieces and move on, or get out of here now. What they say, the weapons are like exquisitely crafted.
Yeah, well crafted.
I don't know.
I don't want to loot them.
Yeah, it's like I quickly grabbing a few pieces and moving on sounds like that's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
But it's like, it feels like kind of like you're multitasking. You're going to get shit weapons and you're going to get dicked on time.
Yeah.
So either commit one and get really good weapons to help,
Exactly.
or just get out of there and maybe not be penalized.
That's kind of my thought.
So... I don't know.
I'm going to roll a dice. Do even odds.
Yeah, so evens, we spend some time looting. Odds, we get out of here.
Yep. Let's loot.
Loot. Add a time token to the time track. Bam.
You are far from civilization, and to waste an opportunity like that to bolster your arms would be foolish. As you search for useful items,
Puts it like
Guide
that.
just stands there, her watchful eyes fixed on the shadows. Without shifting her gaze, she signals, "She warned me. Leave now."
Reveal all cards from the Chapter 11 common item deck. Gain any 6 items from it.
Ooh. That's pretty tough.
Did Guide mean, like, what did she warn her about? The shadows? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, we have a hooded lantern. This is gear. Mm-hmm. So, at the start of each encounter, gain an empower token. Place a fire in an adjacent hex.
That might be good for the witch.
Yeah, amber chips. If you have 4 damage or less, battle flow all cards once. That's really good. We could get a tower bow, just to have one in reserve for when that one breaks.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Champion blade. What's your sigil? Is it the claws?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't use that. You can get a battle axe. So the battle axe.
Okay, I've had one of the. Oh, that's a black.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the glaive, but it's
There's
good
a
for
great
backup.
cleaver.
That's sick.
Can't do a shield. Mine is the hammer. Cold forged iron cuirass. After you lose exactly 1 health from an adjacent enemy, that enemy loses 1 health. That's really good. This effect is always active. Your maximum is reduced by 1. All adjacent enemies are treated as having 1 less. Oof. What do you think? So there's cold forged iron cuirass. Same defense of 4, but after you lose exactly 1 damage from an adjacent enemy, that enemy loses 1 health.
Yeah.
Versus the pestilent plate. This effect is always active. My maximum HP is reduced by 1, but all adjacent enemies are treated as having 1 less defense against all my attacks. So it makes me easier to hit, but or it makes me have less health, but easier to...
And your whole thing is building off of losing health, so...
Kind of, and the fact if I have 3 or less, I just gain, so I kind of, if I don't really go super low...
You have a good way to mitigate
Yeah.
with that.
You can wear that if that's something you want.
My armor's pretty good for me.
So if they hit you, then they just take a damage.
Lose. Right now, mine is before damage is drawn against you, I gain a shield against that damage.
Can't use that. So we're keeping a tower bow. I'm almost thinking maybe a pilgrim staff, just as a backup again for when that breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just backup items, so we're not dicked after
Yeah.
this fight. So I'm almost thinking 2. Do you want the great cleaver?
Yeah. If I can keep 2, I would keep these 2.
Okay. I think that's fine. 2, 4, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, these gears will be really
Those
good.
gears are really good, for sure.
What I'm assuming we can gain any of these and put these on now.
Yeah. I probably won't lose any of my stuff right now.
What about the witch? What about her gear?
At the start of an encounter setup, reveal the special rules board archived of this card after use.
Oh, that's right. It's a monster lore thing, right?
Yeah.
So we get one time free, just see what we're up against.
Yeah, I might switch that for one of these for this encounter.
Yeah, because we did just get the special rules.
Exactly.
Dude, I'm terrified for this fight.
Yeah,
we have
me
not
too.
had a war of attrition. And then perform a spot check, difficulty 6. And now our Keen Eye does give us a free reroll.
I'm gonna give the hooded lantern. At the start of each counter, gain an empower and then place a fire in an adjacent hex.
Okay.
So it's just a free fire.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 forward.
Okay. This tome has been useful so many times. So
Okay, so we did succeed the spot check.
As you make your way across the battlefield, looking for what you can, you notice something strange. The shadows cast by the dead are lengthening before your eyes. The last few rays of sunlight are receding from the area, but these shadows are pressing in too fast and seem to reach out like hands. Hurriedly, you call for everyone to gather together in a patch of light between the mounds of the dead and prepare torches. Guide is at the back, running for the light, when you see what looks like the shadow of a man crawl along the earth. It reaches out to her and immediately she stops. Her body goes limp for a moment, and then, as though a puppet on strings, her head rolls up and her body begins to jerk. Around you, you see the shadows start to crawl across the space, heading straight for you. You strike your torches and the shadows recoil from where the light lands. This does not deter Guide, though, who steps into the light, her eyes black pits, as cold as the grave. Arms raised, she charges to attack you. She strikes you with a force that belies her size. You ward off the attack, though the blow nearly breaks your arm.
Oh, jeez. Guide, what happened? Choose one. Defend yourself and shout for her to stop, or kill her. She is clearly possessed.
I mean, she is clearly possessed.
She is. I wonder if we can break her out of it, though.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
If this was Cyprian, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I like
no.
Guide, though.
Yeah, Guide's cool.
I wonder if this is because we stayed.
Yeah, I bet it is.
I'm gonna poop my pants.
Do it.
This is not her. No one is this strong. You shout at her to stop, but she comes forward again, seemingly gaining strength with every moment. She strikes at you, and this time one of your companions takes the blow in your stead.
Like I'm sitting there, just trying to pull up a spell from my book, and then I'm like, oh shit! And you step in, take the hit, choose an Oathsworn to lose 1 hit point. That puts us, okay, so the witch is at 6, everyone else is at 5.
Yeah.
You do not think you will survive much more of this. While you wrestle with her, there is a brief moment of cognition as she seems to wrestle with herself too. She is making strange clicking sounds. Suddenly you realize it is the knock. She is signaling you 2 words over and over. Kill me, kill me. Left with no choice, you run her through.
If you have the Willem ally card, that's our new boy. Yeah, 100% we do. Willem, our young squire. Archive the Guide ally card. No, I liked her. She was so cool. Is this our mistake? All for 6 common items.
We have to make it worth it.
That's true.
No! Willem's shriek of grief pierces the night. You did not realize how close they were until now.
Idiot.
As Guide's body goes limp, he rushes forward and catches her in his arms to lay her down gently. She risked her life for you, and you killed her. He throws a punch at you, angry tears in his eyes. You see the rest of the creeping shadows, a cloak of darkness crawling across the ground, pressing in at the edge of the light. You brace yourselves and raise the last of your torches. Then a hand with unnaturally long fingers reaches out from Guide's shadow and grabs you.
Okay, open mystery envelope 11. Interesting. Yeah, that is this one right here. Oh, it's the shadow creatures. Proceed to chapter 11. Fuck! We've been ambushed too.
Oh no. We shouldn't have got the weapons. We made a mistake.
We did. And I'll just put these back in here and pop those in. Okay. Yep, so mark that as ambush. That's the third time in a row we've been ambushed. The 2 chapters you missed, 9 and 10, we were ambushed as well. And then now. Okay, so that was story for chapter 11, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Stick around for the chapter 11 encounter and the rest of the series. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.